This is Dylan Shoemaker. Following his second-degree murder conviction, he is now awaiting his sentencing. Shoemaker, who was 16 years old, was babysitting his girlfriend's child that evening while she was at work. He was in the house he and his parents shared in Springville. Later that evening, Shoemaker beat the 23-month-old child, and the injuries he sustained caused him to pass away. Afterwards, Dylan Shoemaker was apprehended. According to reports, Shoemaker was attempting to calm the crying baby and never intended to harm or kill the youngster. But the jury didn't believe him, and Shoemaker was found guilty of second-degree murder. As Shoemaker enters the courtroom, keep a close eye on him. Before he could even position himself behind the defense table, he breaks down in tears and apologizes to everyone.
I didn't mean to kill Oscar. Ashley, I really didn't. I really think I did that. I didn't mean to hurt him.
Shoemaker spoke over the phone with his mother while he was awaiting his trial, and the call was apparently recorded. Now hear what the judge had to say about what Shoemaker said to his mother over the phone.
The record will show that you admitted that on July 23, 2013, in a phone call to your mother from the holding center, you stated, and I got a quote from the court reporter, "I am a 16-year-old blonde. Probably all I have to do is cry in front of the jury, and they're going to feel sorry for me," end quote.
Later, Shoemaker received the worst punishment possible. This is Shondell Jackson. Jackson was sentenced at the Milwaukee County Courthouse after being found guilty of murdering a 21-year-old college student named Nathan Potter. According to reports, 18-year-old Jackson and his friend were looking for victims when they noticed Nathan Potter leaving a bar. The victim, Nathan Potter, 21, attended the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee for his undergraduate studies. They harassed him, followed him around, and demanded cash. Jackson shot Potter, killing him. After learning that Potter had no money, Jackson, according to authorities, escaped to Mississippi the day after Potter's murder. Jackson was apprehended after it was claimed that his uncle gave the police a tip about his whereabouts. Jackson made gestures towards the victim's family when he was on trial, and you can see him smiling at them as he is led from the courtroom. Jackson's mother informed the court just prior to the sentencing that she first heard about the murder on television. Jackson has since expressed regret for his actions. Jackson erupts when the court pronounces a life sentence without the possibility of parole. One of Jackson's family members can be heard screaming to the victim's family as the deputies are holding Jackson down. Jackson's friend admitted to serving as the lookout and was given a 12-year prison sentence, while Jackson is incarcerated for the rest of his life without the possibility of parole. This is Brandon Spencer in Los Angeles County Superior Court, where he faces 4 charges of attempted murder. Spencer, at 19 years old, attended a crowded party on the University of Southern California campus in Los Angeles on Halloween night. There was mayhem when gunfire from firearms rang out abruptly. Everybody disappeared. Others hid while others fled in terror. Spencer reportedly attempted to leave as well, but he was captured and taken into custody by the LAPD after being stopped in a parking lot half a mile away. He was accused of 4 charges of attempted murder a few days later. Fortunately, no one died, but 4 people were hurt. At the trial, the prosecution maintained that Spencer was a well-known gang member himself and that the shooting was the result of a dispute between him and a member of a rival group. Throughout the trial, Spencer insisted he was innocent.
I'm sorry for what happened, Your Honor, but I need some life in prison. And I'm not a bad person, but I made mistakes. But I'm not just some gangbanger that she tried to portray me as.
But the jury wasn't convinced. This is Martice Fuller, currently in Kenosha County, Wisconsin, where he is facing trial for allegedly killing his ex-girlfriend and attempting to kill her mother. According to reports, 15-year-old Martice Fuller used a firearm to break into the home of his ex-girlfriend. His ex-girlfriend heard gunshots and was shot and died while listening to music in her bedroom. The mother was shot twice after leaving her bedroom and coming face to face with the shooter. Despite being shot, the mother lived to identify Martice Fuller to the authorities. Despite Fuller's assertion of innocence, the jury found him guilty. Fuller displayed what appeared to be emotion for the first time during the trial, and after the jury found him guilty on 3 counts. Fuller maintained his innocence throughout the sentencing process, and just before being sentenced to life in prison, he prepared a statement for the court.
Judge, Mr. Fuller's prepared a statement that he asked that I read on his behalf. Martice writes, "Wholeheartedly, I wanted to write this giving my sincerest apologies to this family I once shared time and love with. Truthfully, I am sorry about the pain you've all suffered through this, but more importantly, the loss of my ex-girlfriend, Kaylee, that I loved too. So I am sorry. Despite the hatred that is against me, I still am sorry. But I have to continue to stand innocent because I am."
The judge will now pronounce the verdict. Fuller appears to be entirely unfazed when he is given a life sentence in prison. This is Jennifer Mee, currently in the Pinellas County Justice Center. Although Jennifer first came to the public's attention when she was 19 years old and charged with first-degree murder, this wasn't the first time she had drawn attention. She became well known throughout the world at the age of 15 after experiencing an episode of uncontrollable hiccups. When her hiccups were cured, she lost her reputation as the hiccup girl, and the media stopped paying attention to her until she was arrested. After meeting potential victims online, Jennifer was charged with planning a robbery. She allegedly recruited Lauren Rafer, a friend, and Lamont Noon, her then-boyfriend, to assist in robbing victims. The 22-year-old man Jennifer met up with was someone she met online. She lured the man to an empty house where she and her 2 friends executed him by robbing him and shooting him. For the murder and robbery, they received $50. Within hours of the crime, Jennifer, Rayford, and Newton, who all shared a home, were all taken into custody. When Jennifer was initially detained, she was in jail and confessed to her involvement to her mother over the phone. The conversation ended up being recorded.
I got charged for murder in the first degree.
Charged for murder in the first degree?
Yes, sir.
What who did you kill?
I didn't do nothing. I was just there at the wrong time, at the wrong place, because I set everything up. It all went wrong for me. It just went downhill after everything happened. The boys thought of me because of the alley thing. I love you too much.
When the jury reached a verdict in favor of guilt, Jennifer was declared guilty of first-degree murder. The judge will now pronounce the punishment. Her co-defendants, Rayford and Newton, received life sentences after being found guilty of first-degree felony murder as well. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos of courtroom moments and reactions and much more. Check out this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.